Evening.
Yes? I failed. That's what happened. I suspect it ain't your first time killing men for caps. Didn't figure you'd be so curious. It is worth killing over, though. Worth dying, for me. You might have heard Lee call me Sheriff. It's true. I wore a star for years up in Silver Springs. Was respected, known for being fair, and tough. Behind that reputation for toughness was, well, a lot of anger. I wanted all the raiders and scum in the basin to know my town was off limits. It worked well for a time, but anger is, well, it's a drug. A blinding, intoxicating drug. It was a high for me, tuning up raiders or riffraff. Got to where my own people got to be scared of me. They wanted someone more amicable, friendly. Voted my ass out. Town put a politician in charge, real friendly, people person. I could have stayed on as a deputy, but couldn't do it. Because I was stubborn, refused to work as a deputy, my wife took up a position as a clerk at the bank, just to keep us afloat. Bodeen and his boys hit the bank. Jessica was the only one that stood up to them. She was stubborn, strong, so they killed her. Bodeen executed her. That's why I'm saving him for last. Might be another grave after his. That's what I deserve anyway. Yeah, outright giving up doesn't sit well with me. I just don't know what I'll do after this. If I'll be worth a damn at honest work. That's a problem for tomorrow, frankly. Right now, let's focus on killing these bastards.
Yeah. Guy, in the loosest sense of the word, a mutant. Not just any mutant, but a Nightkin. So the most extra sort of mutant. A little conflicted about this one. We had something of a friendship, being the only freaks in the bunch. Not to mention he's surprisingly well read on art history. Utterly obsessed with Rubens. Must like him thick. No judgment here. He's only mildly paranoid, which makes him a social butterfly by Nightkin standards. I'd wager he's up in that mountain town. The trick will be enticing him outside. My suggestion, pose as an art dealer. Convince him that you have a Rubens. Say, 2 satyrs.
Same deal. We'll be waiting outside town. Don't cause any trouble in there.
Hey.
Now you will serve as an example to all who dare oppose Caesar's legion. Defend yourself!
teach you to mess with me.
That takes care of that.
Thick, powerful strokes, full bodies in motion, quivering sinews, violence, beauty, God, it's all there. Are you a thief or an assassin? You are as much an art dealer as I'm president. God, I needed that. Thank you. So you're here to kill me, I presume? Let me guess. The brothers? No. El Relo? Too far. Dickman? Possible, but not her style. The others are dead or gone east. No. This is personal. That narrows it down. Walker. An avenging angel in the flesh. He must be impressive now. Reborn in pure rage. I have to see it. Take me to him. Come, Peter. Battle awaits. Yes? Attempted assassinations are routine for me. I've ripped off barons, senators, and warlords from here to Tacoma. I stole an eagle from the Legion garrison in Kingman. A Frumentarius tracked me down. I plucked out his eyes and sent him back, like Basil. Their hit squad still harass me from time to time when I'm traveling. Once butchered an entire caravan I was accompanying. Poor souls. There's also a wealth of psychopathic employers who'd love to have me erased. I can blackmail them all, of course. Very unforgiving people. Recovering and preserving art is my great passion, at least since I left the Master's service so long ago. I steal it if necessary. Often you can find these reprints and other antiquities adorning the musty lodge of an illiterate warlord. Even the simplest minds recognize beauty. I simply plucked them away to safety. I have a great collection in safekeeping. These are just my personal favorites from decades of acquisition. I hope to pass this collection to the followers or some other responsible entity after I'm gone. Beauty will save the world. Bye. A short film, so I hear. A simple delivery job. I find that forgiving yourself for your own mistakes is the hardest act in life. Good to see you, Walker. I'm sorry. Lee? Why? You fool. I'll have to kill you now. I rather liked you. What are you doing, Walker?
Some insults have to be repaid with interest. As for being with Walker, that was not the plan. Not at all. Couldn't exactly refuse his offer. Fuck it. All is for the best, in the best of all possible worlds, right?
Indeed it is. What about you, Walker? Any grim words to offer before we begin our pas de deux? Or more accurately, pas de crotte?
You talk too much.
Hey!
I yield. I'd understand if you want to finish me off. I won't beg. I'll accept terms if you offer them, though. I can be an ally to you. More than fair. I know the way to his home up in Arrow Canyon. It can be a perilous route if you don't know the area. I can help. Understood. I am at your mercy.
Walker, he has a point. I sorta know the way to Arrow Canyon. I don't know it. Could be useful to keep Sam along.
Yes? He's a thief and a murderer. He'll keep stealing and killing until someone puts him down. He'll never change, no matter how he spins it. We've managed our own so far. I'll give him a quick death, and that's being generous. He was still part of it. Yeah, you're right. God knows I'm paying for mine the stakes. You can pay for his too. All right, Sam. You'll guide us to Bodeen and help us kill him. You do all that, keep your word, and you're free. You owe this courier your life.
Thank you, Walker. I give you my word. You're a good man. For what it's worth, I'm sorry about what happened to Jessica. Wasn't right.
Don't you say her fucking name. Not ever. You're on thin ice, mutant. Don't push it.
Sam, I know you're a francophone, so let me put it to you in the language of King Louis. Shut the fuck up. At least until Bodeen is dead.
Je comprends. Merci.
Yes? Yeah. Gonna have to work for it, though. Long trip. Probably a real fight at the end. Lee can fill you in on the details.
Yeah? Yeah, about him. Some distance from here. Won't be alone. Has a passel of gunmen, raiders, and other refuse at his shantytown. These rural inbred types always seem to congregate in the worst mountain hovels. I suspect his clan is no different. Arrow Canyon, that's the place. He intends to set himself up as another petty warlord between here and Coyote Springs. Means to raid the 93, I wager. I know, the general area. I reckon we can find it without a hitch. Meet us up at the Northern Passage and we'll begin our grand expedition. Yeah? He's lurking around here somewhere. Probably picking cactus fruit. Wait, here he comes.
Yes? Ah, Peter, my closest friend. I found him as a wandering, half-starved pup after his mother perished. Oh, he was a pitiful sight then. An unruly indigent wanted to eat him. I smashed his head with a rock and let Peter feast on his brains. I believe it enhanced his cognition. He's utterly loyal and a good companion, though combat is not his forte. More of a spectator than participant. Good nose, though. I enjoy stealing things. The challenge of remaining unseen, taking what I want, with none the wiser. It's indescribably gratifying. Bodeen may look the mindless thug, but he's a shrewd organizer, and he pays well. He's also loyal, at least by criminal standards. He hired me for my expertise and honored the deal, even paid a bonus. Fair man, though he could be intemperate, sensitive to criticism. I suspect that's why he shot Walker's wife. God, what a battle axe. Cursed the man in English and Spanish so badly that it made me blush. Some men would have ignored it, but Bodeen, well, I estimate he viewed it as an affront to his delicate ego. Childish in hindsight. Walker's entitled to kill all the robbers, of course. I'll make no excuses. I was there. That's the life we chose, with its uncaring consequences. Many of them are deceased or wandered away, reduced to myth. Take Robert, for example. Charming man, blessed with a green thumb. I worked for his organization sporadically, made a good sum. They just collapsed one day. Rumors abound, probably infighting. That's the thing with these criminal groups. All the furtive conspiracies and profiteering can be undone in an instant when egos collide. I hear stories, though. The strangest is that Robert escaped the calamity and walked east, only to be enslaved. Terrible fate. I hope he's well. Tanya Dickman, another member of Robert's organization. Vile harpy, that one. I'd rather gargle magma than be in a room with that witch. Gray, the mercenary. That was only one job. Hard man, but fair. No complaints. Mercenaries are overly maligned, I think. Everything else was far beyond the Mojave, and usually short-term. I've forgotten most of them, save the master. impossible to forget. Surely you jest. No? Very well. He was a master. Not just a master, but criminally underappreciated, unjustly maligned, due to his association with the Counter-Reformation, too. He captured the energy, the movement of life, all our passions. Lust, hate, raw menace, pumping through muscles. Life is not still. Take the massacre of the innocents. Bared breasts, bloody swords, dead babies, piles of dead babies. It's our beautiful, hideous reality. Yes, the world is a fine place, and worth fighting for, but sometimes you have to step over dead babies. That's the lesson. After the Master's demise, I was, well, lost. I wandered into a ghost town, and found a pre-war bank with its vault intact. I became obsessed. It was the challenge. That's it. There's power in accessing something that's forbidden or sealed away. Many of them are time capsules. Soft hands are the key. You have to listen with your fingertips. My personal best is cracking a Gruffutter in under 5 minutes. Bye.
Yes? A little walking never hurt anyone. Let's get moving.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. I'm gonna be rich tomorrow, eh?
That what you think? Decent chance we'll both be dead. Even if we do take out Bodeen. You're getting a slice. Nothing more.
You're really gonna pack up those caps and haul them all the way back to Silver Springs? That's a fool's errand and you know it. I mean, holy shit. You may as well saddle up Rocinante and call me Sancho. It's madness, Walker. Pure farce. You can dress it up all you want. There's no romance or righteous justice here. We're killing a lot of people for some greasy caps. That's it.
You know damn well I'm not doing this for the money. You might be. Well, I suppose it's also your fragile ego.
You're a lot like him. Both walking grenades with no fuse, no safety. One spark and you destroy everything around you. At least Bodeen wore a charming mask.
Evening.
You? You're covered in death. It's all you have now, isn't it? I almost pity you.
That might hurt if it came from a real criminal. You're a fraud, Lee. Bodeen saw right through you. So do I.
We'll find out tomorrow, won't we? Only one thing standing between me and that money walker. You.
I, for one, think this would be a fine time for a ghost story. Have you heard the tale of the talking dog?
I hate it already. Fine, tell your story.
Our story begins with a duster-clad adventurer who wanders from town to town, assisting denizens of the wasteland. He is brave. He is noble. He happens upon a village. An ominous cloud lingers over the poorly built shanties. The inhabitants are sickly and timid, saying nary a word. Even the children cast their eyes downward. All is silent, save the shifting sheet metal and creaking wood. The adventurer is on guard.
Let me guess. Good Springs.
Hey.
Quiet. The adventurer nervously fondles his magnificent mustache. His hand is on his pistol, ready to draw, when a dog strolls into the square. The adventurer sighs in relief. He reaches to pet the beast, but recoils when he hears a deep, otherworldly voice say, "I have a secret." Stunned, the adventurer blurts out, "But you're a dog!" The canine calmly replies, "That's the secret. I talk." The adventurer's apprehension begins to melt away as he scans the dog. He is utterly normal, save his heterochromia.
Hetero fucking what?
Eyes are a different color. Now shut up. The dog's eyes twitch with nervous energy. The adventurer begins to think he's found a new friend. He imagines the possibilities. A talking dog is a potent ally. It is at this moment that he notices the dog's gaze is fixated on his groin. The townspeople begin to crowd around the duo. They are chanting in a strange language. The dog licks his chops. The adventurer shudders. He nervously sputters out, "So, what's your name?" The chanting grows louder. Thunder erupts overhead. The sky turns red. The dog grins and says, "Balls. You want to know why?" The adventurer's face is pallid. He is stiff with fear. Urine begins to pool around his feet. He wills his quaking lips to form the words, "Why?" The dog inhales deeply. His eyes dance with excitement. The chants are now a deafening roar. "Because it's the first thing I bite," the dog says. In a flash, he rips off the adventurer's scrotum. A geyser of blood erupts. The adventurer slumps over in shock and screams in agony. The townspeople dance and scream, "Hail Satan!" The adventurer perishes. The hellhound is sated, temporarily. They say he still walks the wastes, always searching for a fresh sacrifice. Only 2 items will satisfy him. A knife, preferably with blood on it, or warm testicles torn from a living body. Beware of strange dogs. Beware of balls. The end. Good night, everyone. Sweet dreams.
I was hoping for something simple like that golden arm. But you had to conjure up images of Satan in canine form. Wait, what was that? Yeah? I'm drinking in the wild air, friend. I'm intoxicated by nature, truly. So long as it's not devilishly hot, I enjoy my time outdoors. It's a lot of caps. Could live the quiet life for a few decades. Been stuck in this loop of chems, debt, and outlaw shit for a long time. What do you think? Any chance that an old crook like me could get a clean slate? Yes, for once I'm putting aside the snark and chicanery. We've been watching each other's back for a while now. I sort of trust you. So how about it? You think I can live in civilization again? Be a tax-paying, do-good citizen? Jesus, I wish that conversation with Ann never happened. Dredged up old feelings, old memories I'd buried. Even if I did, it would be a slap in the face to all the truly good people like Ann. No, I can't. I can see myself retiring or starting over. But going back to the followers, never gonna happen. I won't live a lie. I need a real option. need to sleep on this. Yeah. Thank you. For everything. Didn't expect this from a fellow wanderer. Life is funny. Let's all get some rest. All this banter is for naught if we die tomorrow anyway. Good night.
Yes? One daughter who hates my guts, Hannah. I got Jessica pregnant when we were kids. That was all she wrote. Spent the next few years deployed. I was a shit father from the start. Mr. Childhood in the service, then mostly worked nights once I was sworn in as sheriff. Hannah was a strong-willed girl. Definitely didn't mince words in our many arguments. She ran off with a dumb farm boy when they were 16. Jessica kept in touch with her. Last I heard, she had one boy and another on the way. They live near Goliad, doing real well. Yeah, I try to imagine how they'll look, who they'll take after. Picture me with a grandson on my knee, telling stories on the front porch. Oh, and if you ever call me Grandpa, I'll kill you. She doesn't want anything to do with me, especially after what happened to Jessica. Reckon I'll stay away if that's what she wants. There's more to it. She saw the anger. Just before she ran off, she saw something that, something I regret every day. Jessica was threatening to leave me a few years back. The hours, my inability to turn off the anger after work. We were trying to make it work. Thought we'd turned a corner. I found out Jessica had gotten pregnant and got an abortion without me knowing. I confronted her, and she threw it right in my face. Said she did it to spite me. Said she didn't want to raise a boy around me. So I hit her. Just one time, but there's no excusing it. Makes me sick to think about it. Sicker still that Hannah saw it. Now you know why she hates me. It wasn't good, to be honest. Not long after, I was kicked out of office and turned into a loafer. Don't know why she put up with me. I like to think she saw a better version of me than what was in front of her. Maybe hoping I'd shed that skin and turn out good. That's what burns me out. That I didn't do that for her before she was killed. Best I can do is get justice for her. Let's get moving.
Yes? I'll continue wandering with Peter at my side, recovering art when I find it. I'll be more selective about my employers, though. My time in Jacobstown has been brief, but I've enjoyed it immensely. I'd like to rest there in between my travels. Permit me to inquire, what will you do? Any grand schemes for a wanderer like yourself? A veritable vaquero, that's what you are. Keep your powder dry, then. I sense grim tidings. Dark days may be ahead. Stay sharp. Oh, and if we should survive this bloody fracas, do look me up in Jacobstown. I can be an extra hand on your great cattle drive through the Mojave. Now there's a business that won't ever go out of style. Agencies are flourishing these days. Lots of bounties up in the basin. Just be careful when you get up in the wild places. Stay away from Mount Irish, whatever you do. Bad mojo, as they say. Very bad. However, if you're ever in need of an Enkidu to assist your Gilgamesh, I'm more than happy to help take on the monsters of our world. Might even recover some art while we're at it. Anything is possible on the open road. Now it is time to rest my weary bones. There's evil, and there is evil. Whatever is stirring in those mountains is the latter. It's malignant in essence, not just some passing devilry. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Brotherhood ships on fire off Rushmore. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the gateway. All these images are nothing compared to what I've heard about Mount Irish. Blood sacrifices, ancient rituals, a red prince on a throne. Avoid it at all costs, or if the opportunity arises, use a nuclear warhead. Give it the Old Testament treatment. That would do nicely. Anyway, lots to think about. Good night.
Yes? We move at dawn. Reminds me of an operation I pulled outside Topaz Lake. We pushed out those raider scum with extreme prejudice. I'm not sure how much action you've seen, but it should be a serious fight. Bodeen's probably managed to build up a small army by this point. We'll move in quickly, clear the buildings one by one. He'll make his presence known soon enough. I reckon he'll have family with him. Yeah, cousins and such. Scumbag family is spread all over creation. I know one will be here. Mean as a deathclaw, that one. Ramon will be the one to watch for it. Demon with the rifle, by all accounts. If he's here, well, it'll be interesting. As for the rest, no idea. Those are the only two who are known to run with him on the regular. They're free to die with him, I suppose. Pretty much. Even if we could talk, I wouldn't. I want to make sure this place stays dead when we're done with Bodeen. Let the buzzards have it. It's a moot point in the end. This isn't a town. It's an armed camp full of predators. Reckon they're keeping slaves, so no mercy. With that said, use judgment. There are liable to be a few non-combatants running around. Don't be a maniac. I know that, but you better learn. You start gunning down slaves and such, you'll be squaring up with me long before we meet Bodeen. Alone, it would be catch and go. Been in enough fights to know that luck is a factor. It's an uncomfortable truth, but that's the way it is. With you and Lee backing you out, yes, anything can happen, but I'd take those odds. Gonna be bloody no matter what. Yeah, I kinda sensed that about you. Some folks just got it, you know? Glad it was you that came through that door at the outpost. I'm not sure yet. I'll be returning the bulk of the money to Silver Springs, obviously. After that, haven't made up my mind. We've been working together for a while, so I wouldn't mind your input. Any thoughts? It's been a ride. Won't lie. It's been satisfying to catch up with these men. Wouldn't mind doing it again if I managed to survive. Money ain't bad either. The 7 agencies pay well from what I hear. I could send my earnings to my daughter, like a trust for my grandkids. That could work. More useful than what I had planned. Thank you.
You're just another.
I know this director. A real pioneer in the singing, homicidal cowboy style. Lots of fatalities on set. Filmmaking is a dangerous business. There's nothing more repugnant than a fence sitter. We all have to pick sides at some point. If war is hell, then war in the desert is a special hill.
Watch out! Teach you to mess with me. Got enough? Anybody there? Hey! You like that?
Now that's a leader I'd follow to the ends of the earth. Teach you to mess with me. Help me out. Glad that's over. Ha! So that's what the Enclave thinks of us. Yes, humans. We carry bayonets stained with infant blood. We will eat your babies. It saddens me to think America's legacy is reduced to the Enclave. All the trappings and symbols, but none of the dignity or freedom. They just need better leadership, like George Washington. I had the pleasure of speaking with him once in Utah. Never met a nobler hound. Ooh, a David. I remember selling this to him. Well, he won't be needing it now.
Canyon
Come on!
still hasn't shown. Check out the admin building, see if he slipped out. Just take a quick look inside, see if he left any notes. We'll be watching the street. Yes?
You like that?
Well, Walker, you got me. See why you didn't start shooting off the bat. Wanted your gun hand to back you up. Well played. Was it really worth it? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm impressed. But all that killing, just to get me?
To look you in the eyes, to tell you I'm gonna kill you, goddamn right it was worth it. I'd kill every Nain in this valley twice for that chance.
Bodeen, you and Walker should take a trip together. You both love misery and killing everything around you.
Lee, whatever happens here, you're getting the first bullet, you rat fuck. Sam, you're second. Should have stayed away. And you, what's your part in this? One that in the fiddler's fuck would you help Walker with this suicide mission? I earned it. Took a slug from Ranger McCall before I ripped it off his corpse. Toughest bastard I ever fought. Tougher than any of you, anyway. Much as I appreciate the compliment, I'd like to stick to the point. What the hell are you doing here? Yeah, I'm a little fucking dyspeptic, after you destroyed everything I worked so hard to build. You could say I'm in a mood. You know how hard it was to get this place up and running? My mentor, Roy, the sacrifices he made, you got no idea. Think we're bad? Should have seen the crew that was here before us. Roy buried them. Then came the goddamn dog pecker flies. A swarm straight from the pits of hell. And Roy beat them. We were on the verge of greatness. And you just shit on our world. Upset? Yeah. That's all you got? I'm right, you're wrong? Know how many kill-crazy maniacs have thrown that at me? You really believe it? Hell far. Highfalutin' little fuck nugget. Preaching at me while you're killing half of creation. I mean, look around you. You're the Grim Reaper. Good chance most of us are about to meet our maker here in a moment. So let me ask one last question. You got any remorse? They weren't angels, but great things aren't built by moral men. We made the hard choices, laid the foundation for something better. I can say it now. I regret killing Walker's wife. Happened in a flash. Woman told me, well, it was bad. Couldn't lose face, you know? Figure I'll pay for it at some point. Maybe it's today. Walker ain't the first to come after me, though. I'll take my chances.
Hey!
It's done. Grab the key and get the cash. Be out here. Something I have to do.
Glad that's over.
Our mustachioed nemesis lies defeated, and the aim of your quest will soon be in hand. I have honored my end of the arrangement. Unless you object, I will make my exit. I sense that today's carnage may not be at an end, and I want no further involvement. North, before our encounter, I heard whispers that the mad warlord Raccoon is holding precious art in his squalid stick fort. He must be relieved of these antiquities. It's a matter of good taste. My course is charted. I must follow it. After that, back to the Mojave. Seek me out at my cabin. Perhaps we can conduct a joint rescue of the arts. We're all the wrong people. Some are just more wrong than others. None is more wrong than that sadistic madman. Oh, and steal? Dirty word. No, I'm nothing if not cautious. Remember, I served in the Master's army. These trifling dirt kings of the basin are a parody of real rulers. No. It was a matter of honor, not caps. I've stolen enough caps to last me 10 human lifetimes. But a Rubens? I'd hug you to death. Literally. It would please me if you took that sum and donated it to the followers. Most factions are rife with vicious machinations, but not them. Sure, they produce an oddball dictator every now and then, but nobody's perfect. Help them in my name, please. And you as well. Great trials await you, young hero. Just remember to stop and enjoy the beauty of this world between the bursts of carnage. Do not rage, do not regret. Stay in the present, and do as the writer instructed. Live to the point of tears. Adieu.
It's over. Not sure how I feel about all this. Been a while since I had a surge of adrenaline like that. Not since I was serving. Maybe Jessica will rest a little easier. If her spirit is around, I suspect she's still gussing Bodeen's corpse. What a woman. I know he had it coming. But now that it's done, was it right? Was it worth it? Yep. Make a decision and stick with it. See it through to the brutal finish. We settled the score. Now we just gotta live with it. It's done, Lee. Take your share and go home.
They say revenge is the sweetest morsel cooked in hell. A bag of stolen money is a close second in my book.
Lee, you did your part. Take your share and walk while you can. I'm losing my patience.
That's why I won't go. Losing my patience like you're the noble father figure of the wastes. You're a bully walker, same as Bodeen.
Don't you say that again. This is your last warning, Liddy.
You're alone for a reason. You'll always be alone. I'm ready when you are, Sheriff. Not a good time. Oh, it's about to be final. You hear that, Walker? Fine. Spit it out. Quickly. Just had to take a sledgehammer straight to my ego, huh? I mean, I wasn't planning on dying, but I get your point. You can argue that pride isn't worth it. Fine. But Caps? There's a price for everyone, and this is mine. Damn. There's pulling out the big guns, and then there's pulling out the nuclear howitzer and aiming it right at my face. Fuck me. Fine. Off into the sunset I go. Walker, from the bottom of my heart, I hope to never see you again. And as for you, thank you. Doubt I'll see you again, but who knows? Got a feeling your life is about to be a lot more interesting than mine. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Farewell and safe travels.
Won't laugh. I was betting that I'd have to throw down with him over the Caps. Talking was never my strong suit. Glad you were here. Maybe Lee can find some peace out there. Send for you. If you do want to settle down, let's stay away from Silver Springs. Maybe Goliad. My grandma always liked to quote the Bible. She told me, "But let justice roll on like a river, righteousness like a never-failing stream." Wherever you go, whatever you do, be the river that bears justice. Lift up the oppressed and drown their oppressors. That's the gun that killed my wife. No, I never want to touch it. I'd like to think it will be a force for good in your hands. I have a strong feeling that you're going to be putting it to a lot of use soon. Just be faster than Bodeen, and you'll be all right. Hope to see you again in the time and place where we don't have to pack pistols. Goodbye.
Thanks to the Courier's involvement, the journey to avenge Walker's wife and recover the stolen caps was concluded. Before leaving Arrow Canyon, the Courier paused to reflect on the events that had unfolded and pondered the consequences of his actions.
Jimmy continued raving at anyone within earshot until the Kings finally ejected him from Freeside. He then argued with himself outside the gate. Soon thereafter, Jimmy vanished. His disappearance coincided with sightings of strange lights north of town. His exact fate remains unknown.
Taking the Courier's advice to heart, Ronaldo soon departed New Vegas and took up the bounty hunter trade. His expertise with edged weapons would soon earn him the moniker of the Knife. Unsurprisingly, Ronaldo rarely brought back his targets alive. Eventually, Ronaldo drifted north into the Great Basin and was never seen again.
Grateful for Walker's mercy, Jed and Bethany Philips would leave the Mojave wasteland and establish a small farm outside Prescott, Arizona. While their homestead initially thrived due to the peace and security provided by the Legion, Jed's good fortune soon ended. When the local centurion demanded a number of their herd, Jed loudly scoffed at what he considered to be an unfair offer by the official. Jed was summarily crucified and his entire family enslaved.
Depopulated and dilapidated, Arrow Canyon was soon visited by another predatory swarm of dog pecker flies. Without the strong leadership of Bodeen or Roy B. to oppose them, the rapacious insects set about infesting every corner of the canyon at will. The flies would flourish in the canyon, and periodically great swarms would spring forth and terrorize neighboring towns and highways. In time, travelers would refer to the site as Dog Pecker Canyon, out of recognition for the insect's mastery of the location.
Sam and Peter merrily bounded across the high deserts of the Great Basin, stealthily recovering artifacts and antiquities at multiple sites. During his travels, Sam was pleased to hear of the Courier's new adventures. He smiled at accounts of strange companions and distant journeys. Wars in the Sonoran Desert, raids into Arizona, grand battles to defend towns, flying saucers. All these rumors piqued his interest. Not long after, Sam and Pete were last seen crossing into the territory of Raquel, the most feared warlord of the Great Basin.
With his head held low, Lee would quietly re-enter service in the followers of the apocalypse. However, he would soon find fulfillment as a teacher. Working side by side with Anne, Lee would come to relish his role as a professor of classics. In time, his wanderlust and greed would fade. For the first time in his life, Lee found himself truly happy. He hoped to see the Courier again, if only to extend his heartfelt thanks. When he heard the stories of the Courier's travels and travails, He was jealous for a fleeting moment, then locked eyes with Anne. Lee would smile and put the thoughts aside. He had found love and purpose, and that was enough.
Walker would make the long trek back to Silver Springs, carefully safeguarding the bank hall every step of the way. Many of the townspeople were stunned at his appearance. They were positively shocked at the return of most of the stolen caps. Several of the town leaders extended an opportunity for Walker to return as acting sheriff, but he politely refused. Sometime later, he went south in search of the mutant Ares, reputed to be active in the Altar Desert. Walker was never seen again.
During the walk back to the Mojave, the courier took satisfaction in his accomplishments, but also believed that his greatest struggles lay ahead.